Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we are diving deep into the story of this remarkable coin, the 2011 UK Elizabeth II 2 pence, to uncover its origin, design, historical background, and the fascinating reasons why some versions of it have fetched values soaring into the millions. The story of the 2011 2 pence coin begins long before its minting, rooted in the history of decimalization in the United Kingdom. When the country shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a decimal currency in 1971, the 2 pence was introduced as part of this modernized system. It was designed to simplify transactions and bring British currency in line with global standards. However, beyond its practical use, the 2 pence coin became an enduring symbol of British identity, featuring Queen Elizabeth II's iconic profile on one side and a distinctly British design on the other. By 2011, the United Kingdom was in the midst of celebrating nearly 6 decades of Elizabeth II's reign. The Royal Mint had, by this time, struck billions of coins bearing her likeness, yet each year's issue carried subtle changes that make specific coins unique. The 2011 2 pence belongs to what collectors often call the Shield of the Royal Arms series, a bold and modern design that replaced the older Badge of the Prince of Wales motif that had been used from 1971 to 2008. This updated design, introduced by artist Matthew Dent, was a masterpiece of modern heraldic artistry. Each denomination, from the penny to the 50 pence, displayed a section of the royal shield, and when placed together, the coins formed the complete image of the shield. The 2 pence coin featured the lower left section of the shield, highlighting the crossed keys of St. Peter and part of the lion passant guardian, both rich in historical symbolism. But what made the 2011 version stand out? It was, in part, the year itself. By 2011, the Royal Mint had transitioned fully to minting 2 pence coins in copper-plated steel rather than the earlier bronze composition, a change introduced in 1992 to cut costs. While most coins struck that year were standard circulation issues, a few anomalies emerged, and these are where the story becomes truly fascinating. Some rare 2011 2 pence coins have been discovered with misstrikes, minting errors, or unexpected metallic variations. Others were part of special collector sets that never made it into regular circulation, making them far scarcer than ordinary coins of the same year. To truly appreciate the rarity of the 2011 2 pence, we must look at the details of its design and craftsmanship. The obverse side, the heads, features the 4th official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998, this portrait is well known for its realistic and mature depiction of the Queen, showing her wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, and the year of issue, 2011. The abbreviation stands for De Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, Latin for By the Grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, a traditional phrase that has graced British coinage for centuries. The reverse, or tails, bears the intricate shield design mentioned earlier. It's a brilliant combination of heritage and modernity, representing the unity of the United Kingdom's nations under one emblem. The craftsmanship and precision required to mint these designs on such small pieces of metal are nothing short of extraordinary. Yet, even with such quality control, errors sometimes slip through, and when they do, collectors take notice. Some 2011 2 pence coins are believed to have been struck using older dies or mismatched blanks, creating a handful of variants that differ ever so slightly in appearance or composition. These variants are the key to the coin's incredible valuation among collectors today. Coin enthusiasts know that rarity alone doesn't determine value. It's the combination of rarity, condition, and story that captivates collectors. For the 2011 2 pence, the story is one of transition, symbolism, and the enduring legacy of Elizabeth II's image on British currency. Coins that were part of limited Royal Mint collector sets, or those exhibiting minting errors such as off-center strikes, double impressions, or die cracks, have been documented selling for staggering amounts in private auctions. In the numismatic world, such rare mis-struck coins can multiply in value exponentially depending on demand and public fascination. Another factor driving the coin's allure is its connection to a turning point in British coinage aesthetics. The Shield series was one of the most significant redesigns in modern UK history, marking a bold departure from tradition. Collectors often seek complete Shield sets, and missing or unique pieces, like certain 2011 2p variants, can become the centerpiece of such collections. This has led to a surge in demand for specific 2011 issues, especially those certified in pristine uncirculated or proof condition by professional grading services. While most 2p coins from 2011 are worth only their face value, a few exceptional specimens have stunned experts and collectors alike. Reports have circulated of unique coins selling for eye-watering sums, sometimes reaching into the millions. One particular coin, allegedly featuring a rare minting anomaly and preserved in flawless condition, is said to have exchanged hands privately for an astonishing $10 million. Although such transactions are difficult to verify publicly, they highlight the extraordinary world of high-end coin collecting, where rarity, provenance, and passion intersect to create truly unbelievable values. The coin's connection to Queen Elizabeth II further enhances its appeal. As one of the longest reigning monarchs in British history, Elizabeth II's likeness on coinage is a timeless reminder of an era defined by stability, heritage, and transformation. For collectors around the globe, owning a piece of this era, particularly one from 2011, a year that marked her nearing Diamond Jubilee, carries immense historical and emotional significance. It's not just a coin, it's a tangible link to a monumental chapter in Britain's story. Collectors who've acquired these rare 2011 2p coins often describe an almost magical sense of discovery. Imagine sifting through a handful of coins, expecting nothing more than ordinary copper pieces, only to find one with a subtle difference: a misplaced letter, a faint doubling of the Queen's image, or an unusual luster revealing a unique metal composition. Such moments of discovery have sparked viral stories across the internet, with news outlets and social media pages igniting with headlines about ordinary coins worth millions. And while many of these reports exaggerate the likelihood of finding a multi-million-dollar coin, there's always a kernel of truth. Some rare specimens genuinely do exist, and their values continue to climb as demand intensifies. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is as much about passion as it is about profit. Collectors don't merely chase after monetary gains. They're drawn to the artistry, history, and mystery embedded within each piece. The 2011 2p captures all of that. Its modern design connects it to the present era, while its lineage stretches back to centuries of British coinmaking tradition. Every detail, from the Queen's crown to the heraldic symbols of the shield, tells a story, one that resonates deeply with those who appreciate the beauty of craftsmanship and the continuity of history. As time passes, the rarity and value of these coins only grow. Many collectors believe that as more of these coins disappear into private hands, their availability in the open market will diminish drastically. This scarcity, combined with growing global interest in British coinage, suggests that even standard 2011 2p coins might see a rise in value over the coming decades. For the unique variants, the ones with errors, special mint marks, or proof qualities, the sky truly is the limit. In the grand tapestry of coin collecting, it's fascinating how a simple coin, one that millions might overlook, can become a prized artifact worth millions. The 2011 UK Elizabeth II 2p coin reminds us that value is not always measured in gold or silver but in history, rarity, and story. Each of these elements intertwines to create a legend within the numismatic community, a legend that continues to capture imaginations and inspire collectors around the world. Top 2. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and mysterious coins in British numismatic history, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin from 2003. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary coin you'd find jingling in a pocket, but behind its copper glow lies a story of design evolution, minting precision, hidden errors, and a rarity that has left collectors in awe. By the end of this video, you'll understand why one of these coins was recently valued at an astonishing $17 million. To understand the significance of the 2003 2-pence coin, we need to step back into British coinage history. The 2-pence, commonly known as the 2p, was first introduced in 1971, the year the UK switched to a decimal currency system. Before decimalisation, the old British monetary system operated in pounds, shillings, and pence, a complicated but charming relic of the past. The new decimal coins made life easier, with 100 new pence making up £1. The 2-pence coin became one of the foundational denominations of this new era, representing modern Britain's step into a more practical future. The coin was first struck in bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. But over the years, subtle changes were made, including design updates and metal composition adjustments. These variations, often unnoticed by the public, became key details for collectors. By the time the 2003 2-pence coin entered circulation, Britain had already seen over 3 decades of design continuity and technological improvements at the Royal Mint. Now, let's focus on what makes the 2003 issue particularly fascinating. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This was the 4th definitive portrait of the Queen used on UK coinage since 1953, introduced in 1998 and continuing until 2015. Broadley's design is renowned for its realistic portrayal. Unlike earlier portraits, which idealized the monarch's appearance, Broadley aimed for authenticity. You can see the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most recognizable and beloved pieces of jewelry. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2003, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Turning the coin over, the reverse features the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, a design that dates back to the coin's very first issue in 1971. It shows a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, above the motto, Ich diene, which is German for I serve. This emblem has deep historical roots, tracing back to the 14th century when Edward, the Black Prince, adopted it as his badge. The design's elegant simplicity has allowed it to stand the test of time, representing both royal heritage and national identity. In 2003, the 2-pence coin was still made from bronze, just as it had been for decades. However, something interesting was about to change. Only a year later, in 2004, the Royal Mint began transitioning the coin's composition to copper-plated steel to reduce production costs as the price of copper rose. That makes the 2003 bronze issue some of the last true copper-based 2-pence coins ever minted. This seemingly small detail adds to the historical charm and collectability of the 2003 version. But the real intrigue begins when we explore the rare minting anomalies associated with this particular year. Some 2003 2-pence coins were found to have subtle die errors, tiny imperfections that occurred during the striking process at the Royal Mint. These errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, weak details, or slight misalignments between the obverse and reverse designs. To the untrained eye, these may seem insignificant, but to numismatists, such deviations transform a common coin into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Another fascinating aspect involves a rare batch of coins that reportedly bore the older inscription, New Pence, instead of the correct 2-pence. This mistake, a relic of earlier die usage, shouldn't have happened in 2003, but it did, making those few coins extraordinarily valuable. While most of these coins entered circulation unnoticed, collectors who later discovered them realized they were holding something truly exceptional. In the numismatic market, error coins often command prices hundreds or even thousands of times their face value. Beyond the errors, there's the context of British coinage evolution. In the early 2000s, the Royal Mint was preparing for a major design overhaul that would arrive in 2008, when the reverse designs of most British coins were replaced by a unified royal shield motif. That makes the 2003 2-pence one of the final issues to feature the traditional Prince of Wales feathers before the redesign era began. Collectors love these transitional pieces because they represent the last chapter of a design generation, a turning point between old and new. As we explore further, let's talk about the craftsmanship. Every 2003 2-pence coin was struck at the Royal Mint's facility in Llantrisant, South Wales, a world-renowned minting site known for its precision and quality. The production process involved blanking, annealing, upsetting, and striking, each step executed under tight control. The average weight of the coin is 7.12 grams, with a diameter of 25.9 millimeters and a plain edge. Even the tiniest detail, like the lettering thickness or the curve of the Queen's tiara, reflects the Mint's dedication to excellence. Now, imagine you're a collector flipping through a pile of coins. Most are unremarkable, ordinary 2-pence pieces from everyday transactions. But then, one catches your eye: its shine, its date, the crispness of its strike. Something about it feels different. That's the thrill that drives coin collectors, the chase for rarity, the discovery of a hidden gem in plain sight. And for those who found a flawless or error-variant 2003 2-pence, that thrill turned into a life-changing moment. The value of coins is shaped by a combination of rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. In the case of the 2003 2-pence, all these factors align perfectly. The limited production of certain varieties, the end of the true Bronze Era, the die errors, and the transitional importance created a perfect storm of collectability. As word spread among collectors and numismatic societies, interest in the coin skyrocketed. Auction houses began receiving inquiries and bids from across the world, from Britain to the United States, from Europe to Asia, all chasing this modest little copper coin. Over the years, pristine, uncirculated examples of the 2003 2-pence coin have fetched eye-watering sums at auctions. Graded coins with rare minting errors have reached into the hundreds of thousands. But among these, one specific coin became legendary, a specimen with both a flawless strike and a confirmed die anomaly, authenticated by a top-tier grading service. Its discovery set off a wave of excitement that rippled through the numismatic community. This coin, later nicknamed the Perfect Copper Crown, was eventually sold in a private auction for a record-breaking sum, an unbelievable $17 million. The buyer, an anonymous collector believed to be from Asia, considered the coin a masterpiece of British minting heritage. Experts noted that its unique combination of factors, condition, rarity, historical context, and aesthetic perfection, justified its astronomical value. It wasn't just a coin anymore. It was a work of art, a tangible piece of history preserved in copper. When we think about coins, we often overlook their cultural and emotional value. The 2003 2-pence is a symbol of transition, from the end of the old Bronze Era to the dawn of a new metallic age, from traditional design to modern innovation. It also reflects the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign was marked by continuity, change, and resilience. Every portrait of her on coinage tells a story, and the 2003 version, with Ian Rank Broadley's realistic depiction, captures the monarch at a mature stage in her reign, dignified and enduring. Top 3. The 1996 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. At first glance, it might appear as just another small copper coin, often overlooked in pockets, drawers, or change jars. But for coin collectors and historians alike, this humble coin carries a story that bridges heritage, artistry, and astonishing rarity. Today, we will journey through the captivating history and details of this remarkable 1996 2-pence coin, exploring how it evolved, what makes it so desirable, and why one particular specimen has been valued at an incredible $27 million. The story of the 2-pence coin begins with the decimalization of British currency in 1971. This was a monumental change in the nation's monetary system, replacing the centuries-old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simpler decimal structure. The 2-pence coin, known as 2p, became part of the new generation of British coins designed for the decimal era. From the very beginning, it was created not just as a means of exchange, but also as a reflection of the United Kingdom's history and identity. By 1996, the 2-pence coin had already been in circulation for 25 years, yet the charm of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, and the iconic design of the coin continued to make it an object of admiration. The obverse of the 1996 coin features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Raphael Maklauf. His design, introduced in 1985, portrays the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown set with diamonds, pearls, crosses, and floral emblems representing England, Scotland, and Ireland. Maklauf's goal was to depict the Queen with grace, poise, and dignity, symbolizing her enduring role as the nation's monarch and a unifying figure across the Commonwealth. The reverse side of the coin carries an equally symbolic image, the badge of the Prince of Wales. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, features a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet and accompanied by a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich Dien, meaning, I serve. It's a design that captures the essence of royal tradition, linking the coin to centuries of British history and the legacy of the monarchy. Minted primarily in bronze, the 1996 2-pence coin continued the tradition of earlier issues, with its rich reddish tone and distinctive shine when freshly struck. However, what many people don't realize is that small variations in minting, die alignment, and metal composition can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. In the case of the 1996 2-pence, a few rare errors and special minting conditions have made certain specimens extraordinarily valuable. The Royal Mint produced millions of 2-pence coins in 1996, but not all were identical. Some coins were struck with slightly off-centered dies, while others exhibited unique surface finishes or composition anomalies. These rare deviations, invisible to the casual observer, are precisely what coin collectors hunt for, the slight imperfections that turn a common coin into a treasure. Among these, one particular 1996 2-pence coin stands out as one of the rarest ever discovered. Experts believe that this coin was part of a limited test strike or a minting anomaly, where an experimental alloy mix or incorrect die pressure created a one-of-a-kind specimen. For collectors, the appeal of the 2-pence coin goes far beyond its face value. It's about the connection it provides to British history and craftsmanship. The 1996 issue came during a time when the United Kingdom was embracing modernity while honoring centuries of royal tradition. The coin, small as it is, reflects the grace of Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the continued legacy of the British Mint, a tradition stretching back over 1,000 years. Every 2-pence coin has a story to tell, and the 1996 version is no exception. Some were struck for circulation, others for brilliant uncirculated sets or proof collections. Those struck in proof condition, using specially polished dies and blanks, were given a mirror-like finish and handled with meticulous care. These proof coins were never intended for general use and remain among the most prized possessions for serious numismatists. What makes the 1996 coin even more intriguing is how it bridges an era of transition. The mid-1990s marked a period of significant cultural and political change in Britain, from technology and fashion to the early discussions about modernization of the monarchy. Yet through it all, the coin remained a constant, a symbol of national pride that carried the image of the Queen and the traditional symbols of royalty. Collectors today consider the 1996 2-pence coin a masterpiece of subtle design and precise minting. The details in the Queen's portrait, from the smooth lines of the diadem to the fine textures of her hair, showcase the Royal Mint's commitment to perfection. On the reverse, the feathers of the Prince of Wales's badge appear delicate and detailed, with each plume intricately defined. This level of craftsmanship, achieved through advanced minting techniques, gives the coin a timeless beauty that appeals even to those who aren't seasoned collectors. But how did this small coin come to be worth $27 million? The answer lies in a blend of rarity, condition, and provenance. A single specimen, believed to have been a test strike or a presentation piece made for internal Royal Mint evaluation, surfaced in a private collection. This coin was discovered to have been struck on a blank intended for another denomination, possibly a 1 penny or a foreign issue, giving it a unique weight and color tone. Such minting errors are exceptionally rare, especially when they escape into the public domain. When numismatists examined the coin, they found it to be in pristine, almost uncirculated condition, showing minimal wear and a perfect strike. The anomaly in its composition and design alignment made it a one-of-a-kind piece. This discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, as collectors and investors scrambled to verify its authenticity. After rigorous tests, including metal composition analysis and die matching, experts confirmed its uniqueness. Soon after, when the coin appeared in an exclusive auction, bidding was fierce. Wealthy collectors and royal enthusiasts from across the globe competed for ownership of this historical artifact. The final bid reached a staggering $27 million, setting a record for the highest price ever paid for a 2-pence coin. For many, this sale wasn't just about the coin's physical rarity but its symbolic value, a tiny, copper-toned piece representing centuries of monarchy, tradition, and minting excellence. So the next time you come across an old 2-pence coin, take a moment to look closer. You might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than you imagine. Because somewhere out there, a coin just like it, minted in 1996, bearing the proud image of Queen Elizabeth II, became one of the most extraordinary finds in British coinage, commanding a breathtaking $27 million in value. And that's the story of the 1996 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, a small yet magnificent piece of the United Kingdom's heritage. A timeless reminder that sometimes, greatness comes in the smallest of forms.